Good morning. Today is November the 26th, 2023, and it's an early Sunday morning, and it's no noise background in my department because I'm the only automotive detailer that works on Sunday. My schedule that I work is Thursday through Monday. On Sundays, I'm I'm alone. Like I said, no other detailers. I want to take some time off and talk to the listeners or the viewers about safety. I've had people ask me numerous questions. Usually, it be the younger detailers that's just getting into the automotive trade. With my longevity being 44 years in the automotive detailing industry, starting in Mobile, Alabama, my hometown, and I went from Mobile, Alabama to the Atlanta, Georgia areas, and I detailed out there for 12 years. I am currently uh, living in Washington State. I have been in Washington State for 29 years, and I'm doing the same thing since I've been in Washington State. I do want to mention when I came out here, I was told that it rained a lot and they didn't have a lot of sunny summer days. And I was told I wouldn't make any money in the automotive industry. I felt like what I was told wasn't accurate, but I didn't doubt it. But I felt like it wasn't accurate, not for me, if I applied myself. So I ended up having, let me say, in '94 I come out here, and in September, by May of '95, I had my own automotive detailing business named EJ's Automotive Detailing. Okay, back to the younger people that I've been able to work around, because basically the last 20 years, the dealership that I worked at, I've been older enough to be the younger detailers, dads. Then I worked with some younger detailers that I have grandchildren older than what they are. So I've had a lot of these younger detailers ask me, say, wow, man, you've been in automotive detailing a long time. I know you got a lot of tricks, right? You know how to cut a lot of corners. And I let them know from the start, if you're trying to get an automotive detailing business, working for a salon or be mobile or be for an automotive dealership like myself, trying to cut too many corners and sacrificing quality of work, um, it's not what you want to do. So what I find myself doing is talking to them more about safety, right? Because they say I know more tricks to get through a car faster, and I do know some tricks, right? But if I'm not being safe in any environment that I'm working in, I couldn't have had the longevity that I've had. And I'm not just saying that being safe in the automotive detailing trade um, gave me longevity. It's a lot of other things had to come in play for me to have the longevity I have. First of all, desire. You know, if you don't have desire, you know, you go, and if you don't know what you want to do, and if you're doing automotive detailing just for the money, but not the desire or the passion of giving customers quality work for the amount of money that the company you working for gonna charge them, or what you might charge them if you're doing a mobile, if you have your own business, you're not gonna last long. Now, when I first got into the automotive detailing business in 1980, I was young. I was 19. I was 19 years old, and I didn't know that much about safety. But over the years, I have learned, right? So I'm gonna show y'all some things that I bought that make my job easier when it come down to being safety. It's no foolproof plan. You can have all the things and other things that I'm gonna say in this video to try to help you to help you be safe in your work environment, and you can still get hurt, right? Because I've gotten hurt a couple of times since I've been in this trade. And I take pride in keeping my work area clean as possible. It's no oil on my floor. It's no antifreeze on my floor. It's no lubricant coming from the tire dressing on the floor in the area I work. It's no extension cords or airlines all over the place. So I could feel free to move around if I got my extension cords out of the way, I got my airlines out of the way, and if I got my floor clean as much as possible. If it's not swept, it won't be no grease or nothing that's silicone based on my floor, because I can't afford to be going real fast trying to finish a job on a vehicle and not and not looking where I'm going or where I'm walking and slip up and fall. So I like to keep my area clean as possible. Okay, the first thing I did, because doing detail, bending at long periods of time, shining tires, buffing lower panel, vehicle panels, and even performing interior detail, put a lot of stress on the back. So the first thing I bought was simple. I bought myself a back brace. I'm wearing my back brace now. I have one here, and I usually have 2 or 3 back brace in areas where if I forget one when I go home and don't bring it back, I got others, right? I don't like having just one tool. I like to have several of the same type of tools or the same type of equipment just in case I need it. And I'm also the same way about chemicals and buffing pads, regardless if you're doing a cut and buff or you're doing a polish, right? I like to have enough pads. I like to have enough buffers. I like to have enough of everything that it takes to do my job. Okay, the first thing I got was a back brace. I was already wearing aprons. Most of the places I've worked at, I was fortunate enough to where they supply aprons, right? And they keep from getting your clothes all, personal clothes or uniform all messed up. You got an apron. Not only that, you can hold items like wax bottles and masculine tape if you're gonna take something off. I don't put razor blades in here because I'm not trying to stick my hand in here and get cut. Okay, after I bought my first back brace, I went and got myself some rubber boots. Now, most dealerships require an employee to have a certain kind of shoe. Your shoe has to be all resistant, and it can't have too many. It can't be too elevated neither. But today, a lot of the young guys I've been working with the last 15 years, they come to work and they dressed in Nikes or some form of designer tennis shoe within 2 or 3 months of washing their, prepping their cars and being in the automotive detailing trade. Their shoes no good and they have to buy another pair of shoes, right? Now, when I had my own business, I required the guys that work for me to have regulated boots that was made for the type of work that we did. And if I asked them to get them and they didn't get them, to keep from having to pay a L&I claim because they weigh something on their foot, I buy a boot. I'd rather buy a boot than have to let them file a claim, because the claim is it affects me, and it affects me in a negative way. So I believe in safety, like I said. So if I had to, I would buy boots. Okay, I got this pair of rubber set boots. I also have snow boots for when the weather really get bad and I need snow boots. I do a lot of walking, so I have snow boots. Okay, the next thing that I bought that I felt was very important, and I got on some under here, which you can't see, so I just hold these up and let y'all see. Knee pads. Man, knee pads in the automotive detailing business is just as important as this back brace I'm wearing, just as important as the step ladder that I have, just as important as this roll around chair that I have. These knee pads, all this stuff that I'm talking now, to me, all goes together. The back brace, the knee pads, the rubber boots, the roll around chair, the step ladder. And I got several different types of eyeglasses to protect my eyes when I'm prepping cars. But I came across this here online, and I really liked it because it had this big shield right here, and it came with filters, this respirator, right? A lot of time when I'm prepping cars, especially if I'm doing door jams, a motor, or rims, the chemical blowback from the water shoots in my face. Since I've been having this, I don't feel like I got a mask on my face no more because I got all the chemicals that the splash and hit me in my face. You know, too many chemical splashes into your face might eventually get into your eyes, or it might irritate your skin. If you don't get the chemical off soon enough, you can start having irritated skin. And I like the skin that I'm in. So I definitely got me one of these here. I'm not saying that it's got to be this fancy, but for me, this is what I bought. Now, bear in mind, the items that I'm showing y'all today, I own these items. The company didn't buy these items for me. Now, they have similar face protected shields, similar, but this is mine. So when I get ready to leave, this go with me. If I need this to take on my off day to do a side job, I can take this with no problem because it belongs to me. Okay, I done talked about the back brace. I done talked about the roll around chair. It saved my back so much. It was money well spent. I went from standing on top of 5-gallon buckets to reach the top of an SUV and slipping and falling maybe 15 times before I finally bought a ladder. And this is the same ladder that I bought, and I bought my first ladder in '96. But bear in mind, I've been detailing since 1980. So from 80 to 96, that is what, 80, 90, that's 16 years. It took me 16 years of slipping and falling here and there to finally decide to buy myself a ladder. And it was inexpensive. It was one of the best things I bought. The ladder, the back brace, the knee pads, the rubber boots, and the roll around chair. And before I go, I like to say, I like having a fan. I got several fans in my work area. That way I could circulate the air, because sometimes detail department get a little chemically from the chemicals that we use, right? And I'm trying to save my lungs as much as possible. I wasn't as health conscious as I should have been when I was 18, because in my mind I was forever young, and I thought like that until I got up into my 40s. Now I'm 62 and be 63 in January, and the last 15 years, 20 years, almost 20 years, I've been trying my best to work smarter and work more safety, you know, and be more safe at the workplace. Now, I've gotten pretty good at doing that. So I got these fans that I have to circulate the chemical smell, not just out of my area, but some of the smell that come from the wash bay, because the wash bay where I'm present working and been working at almost 6 years, it's inside the detail department, right? So sometimes when a guy's prepping cars, the smell from the chemical get kind of strong, right? And I don't want to walk around with this on my face all day. Even though I have this respirator, this is not nothing to really protect my nose when you start talking about chemicals. So I don't want to wear this all the time. So what I do is I circulate, turn on my fans and circulate the air. And I haven't worked at a dealership in the last 20 years that didn't have eye wash. Like if you get something in your eyes or on your skin, somewhere in your face, and you have to have your eyes rinsed out. I haven't worked at a place in the last 20 years that didn't have that. I got some chemicals in my eyes. I want to say maybe about 2013, 2014, and I couldn't damn see. So I had to holler for the detailer. When the detailer came, I told him I got chemical in my eyes. I was afraid to open my eyes, and he grabbed my hand and took me into the area where the eye wash was, right? Come to find out that by OSHA, the eye wash supposed to be close enough to where you not have to walk 2 to 5 minutes to get to it. By that time, you might have some serious issues from whatever chemical got in your eyes, right? So they end up having to move the eye wash actually in the detail department. Where I'm working now, they got eye washes all through this place. They even got showers. So if you actually mess up a uniform or get chemicals on your clothes, if you need to be, you can take a shower and put on a fresh uniform, fresh clothes, right? So we got a eye wash that you can stand up on and basically give yourself a shower. And that's how it should be, especially for automotive mechanics, automotive technicians, and automotive detailers. And they got first aid kits everywhere too, right? All through this building, you can find a first aid kit. I like having a first aid kit, like the young folks say, on deck. I like to have one on deck just in case I cut myself with a razor blade, or it even got eye wash inside of here, right? It got tape, it got gauze, it got bandages. So I always keep one of these around. Okay, I talked about the first aid kit. I talked about protecting your eyes and your face from the chemicals. I talked about the back brace. My job furnished me the apron. I talked about the ladder. I talked about the roll-around chair. I talked about the rubber boots. I talked about the knee pads. And I talked about the fan to be able to circulate the air around. Now, if there's anything that I forgot to cover, I'm sorry. I'm working with limited time, and it took me a minute to get my tripod set up to be able to do this video. And I'm not good at talking live. I'm good at training, but I'm not good at talking live, especially if I'm gonna put something online, right? So, with social media, I'm definitely not good at doing that. So I had to do 3 or 4 little videos, and then I finally got it right. But thanks. I hope y'all have enjoyed the rest of y'all day, and do something I don't do on Sundays. Watch some sports, go shopping, and whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better. I chose to work the days that I work because those are the money days in the automotive industry, especially in dealerships. If you're gonna make any real money, I'm talking about noticeable amount of money, and I get paid flat rate, so I get paid by what I do. The money days is gonna be Friday through Sunday. So if I don't want to work Saturday and Sunday, I'm missing a good chunk of money that I could make, right? I know money is not the key, but when you look at me having Tuesday and Wednesdays off, I could also take care of personal business too, right? And when I take care of that personal business, it's not long lines because a lot of people at work, right? A lot of people won't work on Thursday through Sunday because it takes their weekend away. So have a great day. This is EJ the Innovator, signing off. Peace. Let me stop there. What is that? 19 minutes.